Adam, um, you've been with me for 7 years. You've been with me. You're a part of the original crew. And I just want to tell you, Adam, that, and it's Monday. Yes, exactly. Uh, they're going too far. So Emma's about to get into trouble, Adam, between me and you. Emma is about to get into trouble because she's making false police reports, and the cops are going to look into it. And I'm not going to, maybe I shouldn't stream about this and just let them surprise her, but I'm going to stream about this because I'm glad that they're taking it this far. I'm glad that they just don't stop because they're slipping up. These cyber bullies, I'm telling you. Adam, Emma's about to get into some trouble because I think you'll get a kick out of this just as much as anybody else I would have in mind. So Emma's making false police reports saying that I am beating my mom during my streams and I'm dragging her out of the frame. And last night she was in my stream and I dragged her and she's about to get into some trouble because they looked up her channel. The calls are coming from Canada and they're going to be looking into her. That's one thing you don't do. And you know this, Adam, right? People know how to play games with the police. They know how to do the fake wellness checks, just to interrupt people's lives, and to mess just because they're bored. That's something you don't do. That's something you don't do, Adam. So I told the people that are going to be looking into this, the police and I told them, Adam, that it's got to stop. Emma really slipped up. And I am sure Isaac is shaking his head right now going, oh, geez, Emma, why'd you do that? Like, you got to be smarter than that, right? So maybe JP will be the one to take her down after all. Wouldn't that be something? I really hope they do look into her, guys. I really do. It's got to stop. So anyways, Emma is making false police reports, which I am very open to talk about that. That's nothing to keep secret. I mean, if I want to, but it's nothing. It's something to remind everybody that you shouldn't do this. So even if I should keep it on the down low while they investigate, I'm going to just tell you guys it's not okay. And Emma, the police are now looking into her. I showed them, they said, who's making these false police reports? And I said, some girl named Emma. And he looked at me and he said, where's she from? And I said, Canada. And he said, the calls were getting her from Canada. So I really do hope they do stuff. I hope, what I mean by that, guys, is I hope that it comes and bites her in the ass. I do. I hope I can come on here and smile and something happens to her. You do not make false police reports. You know this, Adam. And apparently she's calling the police saying I'm beating my mom and I'm dragging my mom out of the frame. Last night's stream, my mom, I guess, was in the stream or came in the stream, and I got up and dragged her out of the frame, and God knows what else they're saying or she's saying. I would be happy if she would get in trouble for making these false police reports. They're going to look into it. They know her channel. They see every thumbnail is of me and Barb. They said they can see this. He said that he's going to go to his superiors and he's going to call somebody else that's in contact with them. I just don't know how much I should say because, they're just going to start looking into her. But one thing that he was in agreement with, and I can tell you guys this wholeheartedly, is you don't make false police reports. So he talked with my mom and he talked with me, and I hope it comes back and bites her. It does. I tried telling you guys when it comes to swatting, right? And I guess that's next on your list. You guys are going to get, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. But when it comes to playing with the police for attention, or for me to say your name, or for me to continue talking about you, or whatever your reason is, I think you guys might lose Emma here soon. I'm saying this publicly, whether this is a good idea or not. I want you guys all to know that Emily is being looked into by law enforcement, because she did the one thing that is stepping over that fine line when you're playing games. And that is why she's going to fall hard. She don't know what she's doing. But Emily is making false police reports saying, I'm beating my mom on the stream, I'm dragging her around, and that's a big no-no. That is a big no-no. You can call them and say that you can just, there's ways you can mess with the cops. I wouldn't suggest it because it can always come back and bite you. But that is not one way you do it. You can get into serious trouble, guys. And I'm giving advice to all of you. This ain't really about Emily. She's going to make her bed and she's going to lie in it. I don't know what's going to come of this, but they are going to look into Emily. And there's somebody that's been in contact with him that is also with law enforcement. It's not some regular Joe like me. I just don't know how much I can say. It's not really worth it. It's not that big of a deal. But I hope they look into her. He said they're going to. They know her channel. I showed the channel, so they have the right one. I hope she gets in trouble. I do. It's not okay, guys. You guys might think it's a game. It's just the internet. But when you start making it real life, sometimes I can bite you in the ass. I'm telling you. So all the calls they're getting is from Canada. It's Emily. So they're going to look into her. They don't got time to be dealing with little phone calls from Emma. And to all the trolls out there saying Amber lives in Canada, Amber wouldn't call and make false police reports like that. And if she would, I don't think she's that dumb. She knows it's not a joke. So maybe she would call the cops if I was really doing something. But it's not her doing this. It's your precious little Emma. All you thirsty guys that look up to her, she's going to mess up big time. So enjoy her while you have her. He looked like he cared about Emma making the false police report. He said he's going to go back. He says he knows her channel. He's going to look into it, and he's going to talk to his superior and talk to the person who I don't think I should say about that was over the phone and stuff. But they're also with, I would say, law enforcement. So all of you watching right now, it's not a game. Emma's going to get in trouble. I feel bad that the police have to waste their time. None of this should exist, but because of Emily, it does. But this does not bug me. This makes me excited that somebody might be held accountable for putting me through hell. Either way, I feel good that they're going to look into Emma 666. I feel good. Once you start involving them with false reports, that's when they start caring. So, Emily, I didn't know you were that dumb. Jesus, man, I gave you too much credit.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me. Yeah.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have this weirdo on YouTube, and I feel stupid even making this phone call, but I'm from Canada. I'm calling from Canada, and this weird dude that lives out there in Ephrata keeps saying that I'm calling you guys and making false police reports that he's beating his mother's ass on live. I've not called you guys at all. I've never called the police for anything with this, for any reason. And so I just want to confirm that like no one's calling and like impersonating me or anything like that, because like this guy is nuts. I don't know what his problem is.
Is his name Jeremy by any chance?
It's Jonathan.
Jonathan, sorry. Haldeman?
Jonathan Haldeman, yes.
Okay. Yes, I'm familiar with Jonathan. You said you follow him on YouTube or he follows you? How's that work?
Well, I mean, I'm a reaction channel, so like I cover just like various things on YouTube, right? And
right.
He does a lot of like insane, crazy stuff on YouTube. So I cover him occasionally, and he streams about me I haven't covered him in 5 weeks, and he talks about me non-stop. He makes threats towards me. He makes threats towards various other women. Like he says this sickest shit on his streams. And then he comes on today. I was at work, and everyone's like, "Oh, what the hell? Look at the title." And I was like, okay." And I'm like on my break listening to part of it, and he's like saying, "Emily," the title is "Emma's in trouble with the police," and he's like, "So Emma's been making false police reports to the police saying I beat my mother and I drag her around on live stream." I'm like, I've never called the fucking police for any of this YouTube shit. You're nuts. Like, dude, move on with your life. And he's like, they looked at Emily's channel and Emma's channel, and they're going to take it down, and it's been escalated to their superiors, and they tracked it right to Emma's place. And I'm like, well, they didn't, because I didn't call. But another woman from Canada, Amber, did call, because he's been continuously trying to contact her abusive ex. He's like putting gloves on, like latex gloves on his channel, and saying he's going to anally rape her and call her abusive ex and find out all about her life and stuff. And he keeps threatening to do the same with me. And I'm just like, dude, you're like mentally ill, which is why I don't cover him anymore. So I just want to make sure that like you're aware, I'm not making any phone calls about his mother or any of that stuff.
No, I understand, ma'am. It's not funny you brought him up, but it's funny you bring him up because I know I've dealt with Jonathan several times.
I bet you have.
He is mentally handicapped.
He's mentally handicapped?
He has a lot of mental issues.
Oh yeah, that's very aware. He has a lot of mental issues. Like, he does the same live stream over and over again.
Yeah, being on YouTube is something that I guess it's kind of like his tick, or like that's what draws to him. Like, keep him calm.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like how like people play video games, or like someone else goes for a walk to calm them down. Like, YouTube is his thing.
Yeah, and he says that. He's like, oh, this is my Bob Ross canvas, and then he'll delete his channel and he'll come right back and then be like, I won't let the trolls win, and then he just goes on, and I'm going to find out everything on Emma, and like, people are leaving. Like, he doesn't have anybody that watches him anymore. Like, he has 2 people in his chat. One woman that's equally as crazy as him from Australia, and like 2 other people. And he's upset with me because the 5 or 6 people that were left watching him stopped watching him because he says the most disgusting stuff on his lives. And he blames me, like I'm the bane of his existence. And I'm just like, dude, like, and he's like, I'm going to find out everything about Emma. I'm going to do this. I'm like, dude, like, you need help. Like, you need to be medicated. Like, I know he went to jail for 6 months for, like, attacking a cop with a log or whatever. But, like, this is ridiculous. Like, he literally does not stop. He does multiple live streams a day. The other day, he streamed for 9 hours, repeating himself on a loop.
Yeah, and I like I said, ma'am, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
With him. In terms of, like, your safety, I feel fairly confident saying you're fine.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about my safety because I'm not making any of these calls. I just wanted to reiterate.
I know you're not.
Yeah, and so you know I'm not, and I want to have that on record that you know I'm not making these phone calls. I'm not saying anything about him. So you can confirm I have not made any calls to you.
Yep. No. Like I said, Emma, like I know I'm familiar with him. I know exactly what he's about, and everything that you just told me jives very well with all my other encounters with him and people calling in about him.
Yeah. Like he's like, Emma's calling pizzas and she's calling the police. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I literally laugh at stuff once a week on the internet. And he just like, it's like because he feels embarrassed and because I'm a woman, like he has a weird thing about like women and like attacking them constantly. It's very odd. Like he's a very strange person.
And you're the second person that's called in today about him.
Yeah, it's probably Amber. She's from Canada as well. And she just doesn't want to, she wants nothing to do with him because he's creepy. And because she doesn't want anything to do with him, he's blaming me for it. And I'm like, I don't have control over people's decisions. Like, I'm a person on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, not reaching out to anybody and being like, don't speak to Jonathan. You know what I mean? Like, it's very weird, and it's like it needs to stop. Like, so I'm just like, I don't mind. I'll keep ignoring it, but I'm like, I'm gonna hit the police department. I'm gonna make sure.
You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing by calling us. We have adult protective services that have a case with him open right now.
Oh, they have a case. Adult protective services has a case open with him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's coming. Sir, officer, I forgot what your name was. I'm sorry.
It's up.
So like, with his mother, he keeps coming online, and what he's doing is he's putting all his donation links in the stream, which is fine. I mean, like, if you were trying to make money, whatever. But he's telling these insane stories about that his mother has dementia, she's eating rotten food, basically, taking cold showers because she's not paying her bills. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to call anybody about this, but other people on the internet are probably going to call when you're saying your mom, in order to you're trying to make people give you donations by saying your mother is so disabled and has such bad dementia, she can't pay the bills, and you guys are eating expired food. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, you probably shouldn't say those types of things on the internet. Now he's saying things like, the next thing Emma's going to do is have me swatted. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I haven't even called the police.
Yeah, no, I'm like I said, man, I'm hearing everything you're saying. Adult Protective Services has been out there once already today, and they keep us up to speed with everything as well. But basically, yes, you're not the first, you're not going to be the last person he calls about. I just block him and don't go on his stuff anymore. He'll get over it.
Oh, I don't even have his number. I don't call him. I don't speak to him. I cover him on YouTube. Like 5 weeks ago was the last time I covered him. And then I covered him the other day because this woman, Amber, that he's literally stalking at this point for having the audacity to say like she wasn't comfortable in his streams anymore. She came on my panel because she wanted to tell him to leave her alone. And ever since then, like, he will not stop. He's like, every stream, he's like, he deletes his streams, but I make copies of them because I'm like, for safety purposes, you know what I mean? Like, he does these like ridiculous streams and he talks about the same thing on a loop over and over again. He's like, Emma's to blame for everything. She took all my supporters away. She did it. I don't. I literally I stream once a week and I laugh at funny shit on the internet. And like, he's like, the cops are escalating this, Emily. You're going to be going to jail soon, Emily. And my name is not even Emily. But he's like, he thinks he's doing something because other people that, you know, everybody has haters on the internet, right? And I just ignore the ones that don't like me. So I don't know who told him that was my name, but I think it's funny. So he goes back and forth from calling me Emma to Emily. But he's like, he's got it in the title of his current live stream right now, which he'll delete because he always does, but I have a copy of it. And he's like, Emma's in trouble with the police. And then he's like, you can't do that, Emma. That's a big no-no. You called the police. They saw your channel and they said that they're escalating it to their superiors and you're going to be losing your channel and your freedom because you're going to be going to jail. And I'm like, for what? I literally have never called the police on anyone.
But no, yeah, it's all like you said, you want to make us aware, like we are.
Okay.
So you're good.
Yeah, so like you're saying, like you said he's mentally handicapped. You've been dealing with him a lot, and there's an open case with APS. I'm glad, because if that's actually happening with his mom, like, I mean, I hope somebody helps her.
Yeah, we have the resources already in motion.
Okay, good.
Nothing criminal right now, but we're trying to get ahead with the mental health stuff so that way it doesn't escalate to criminal proceedings.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just the both of them in the house. I'm like, I'm not going to call Adult Protective Services. I didn't even know there was an open case till you just told me about it.
Right. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Like, of all the people we deal with throughout my career, 9 times out of 10, I'd say probably 80% of the time, the people we deal with more or less is already suffering from something mental.
Yeah.
So we try to get ahead of these things first on the mental aspects. So that way, it's like I said, it doesn't escalate to them to something criminal.
Yeah, and I mean, and he's got like this big weed tent behind him too, where he's growing pot. And I'm like, it's not even legal there.
Oh yeah, I've been already. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, you should stop doing that. You're putting your mother's house at risk. Everything, like, it's ridiculous. Okay, so I just
see if everything. You're good to go.
Okay, I'm good to go. You know, I haven't made any calls. I just wanted to get that on the record because I'm so tired of this shit.
Yep, you got it. Nope, I have it all here. As soon as somebody contacts us, everything's recorded. Or not recorded, but documented.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am. You take care.
You too. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.